Okay, it is September 3rd, 2014, and I'm here to show the progression on my first hat for our new business. It's actually not bad for my first attempt. It's a tad wonky, just in that the the top of the hat is supposed to be higher in the front. I thought maybe that I made a mistake, but then I looked at the pattern. It's not exactly perfect as far as the seam around the top, as you can see. And it's really a pain to wrestle this into the machine. Just picture, and you have to turn it inside out. It's very stiff. Turn it backside out, and without hurting the fabric, because I've got this lace over the ultra suede. But I think it turned out okay. And the brim turned out really well, I thought. And it will be easy. Let me find the front. Okay, so this is the front. As you can see, it will be easy to curve the sides up with the really thick interfacing inside. It actually does end up with a pretty good shape. And the top of the brim is actually smaller than the bottom of the brim, which also causes it to curl up. So it's it's a simple design in theory, but getting this small tube basically wrangled in the machine, inside out and whatnot, and then to sew the brim on is tricky. The next step is lining, and I went ahead and I just cut out some more of the ultra suede. I didn't realize I needed lining. It didn't say it on the pattern, except when you look at the instructions and then you realize, that's ugly on the inside. And it does say, put together the lining. You're like, lining? Anyway, but I had plenty of this ultra suede left over, which is really pretty. So that will go inside. It will be lined with this, and then I will you put it inside out, and then I'll be hand stitching it around the edge. Then I'm going to go back to Joann Fabrics and look for some ribbons and netting and things to spice it up. I don't want to hide this pretty lace, but I am going to be spicing it up. The bottom of the brim, my stitching didn't turn out perfect. And I just wasn't thinking ahead of time. This won't show on the inside, but on the outside it's still even not perfect. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a ruffle. Plus it just looks a little top heavy. I know it's a top hat, but still I think to the eye it will be more pleasing if the brim looks wider, and I've seen other hats made with a ruffle that comes out from underneath. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a ruffle underneath, a feather for sure, a ribbon around the base of here, which will not only look pretty, but it will hide the fact that as you can kind of see that the bottom on this side kind of pooches out a little bit. So there are lots of things I can do to it that will hide the imperfections. I may keep this first one for myself to wear at conventions and whatnot, just because it's not perfect. But we'll see. By the time I put all the bells and whistles on it, and I might even put a rim of braid or something around the top, just to hide the fact that that's not perfect. I mean, it's probably fine enough, and I think it's okay that it looks handmade. But I'm a perfectionist, and we are going to be all about quality stuff. No glue guns in our shop. So that's my story for now. The adventure continues. We're still not sure on the name, so I'm not going to throw out any ideas yet. We'll wait and see what happens. So that's the story for our retirement steampunk millinery costumery adventure for a couple of senior ladies who want something fun to do for extra money in our retirement. Alright, see you next time. Bye-bye.